Hello, and welcome to another nerdy news update on the Meg Nerd channel. First, small request, please subscribe. I am almost to 100k, 1 lakh subscribers. I want a silver button. So please, if you are enjoying my content, if you like this channel, if you like me, please subscribe. The second thing you need to do is join this channel so that you can become a part of this elite group of people on the side you're seeing who are members, and you get access to live streams which are not public, and I record these videos on those live streams so you get access to them a day early, and I chill with you, I do analysis with you, I give extra things to you. So become elite, join this channel. Having said that, today we are going to cover two main things. One is there has been an FIR filed against YouTuber and senior journalist Ajit Anjum. He is in Bihar covering the SIR botch up by the election commission. We have been covering it on this channel as well. You must have seen it in the past week. I have been constantly covering the special intensive revision that is happening in Bihar. The second thing we are going to cover is some Bhakt meltdowns. Because, friends, something is changing. Winds are changing, everything is changing because bridges are collapsing. So now some Bhakts are very upset. And funny thing, how this works, people are accusing them of being a part of a foreign toolkit. Yes, so we're going to talk about both of these things. And yes, let us start with the first one. Big news coming in, big news coming in. This is the most major development that just happened when I started this stream. Define special intensive revision scope. Make it clear not linked to citizenship. BJP ally TDP writes to CEC. So TDP has gone to the Chief Election Commissioner. They sent a delegation to them, and they have asked for clarification whether this Bihar SIR that is happening is about citizenship or not, right? You must have seen what has been happening. The election commission, weirdly enough, has become the arbiter of citizenship in Bihar, because if you're not a citizen, you do not get to vote in the subsequent election. That is their argument. There was a random news that was floating around via sources that a large number of people from Myanmar, Bangladesh, and Nepal have been found in Bihar and excluded from the new list. I don't believe that. Again, sources. Why do you have to use sources? I don't understand. If you're actually doing your work, the election commissioner should go ahead and say it, and also point out how many people they have excluded. Also say if whether the home ministry has taken action on them, because I must point out it is not the job of the election commission to verify whether a person is a citizen or not. It is also not the job of the election commission or the Bihar government to figure out whether infiltration is happening, cross-border infiltration is happening in their state. It is the home minister's job. And weirdly enough, home minister is saying nothing on this. So TDP took a delegation to the election commission, and they have asked, just clarify, is this a citizenship thing? Because clearly you're not supposed to do that. So big development. TDP, as you know, is a BJP ally. So BJP will take them seriously. So now even the allies are getting uncomfortable. The second ally, which might get uncomfortable after this, is Nitish Kumar's JDU. And that would directly affect the Bihar election. So maybe this is the first domino that falls. Then now Nitish Kumar's party might get upset after this and send their own delegation. Maybe. And then we will see what happens. But clearly, things are happening, things are moving. And election commission, on the other hand, has been bragging. So guys, just on the surface of it, I just want to point out one thing. This is the election commission handle. They have given stats. Why do you need his photo? Why does Gyanesh Kumar Gupta need to be here? Someone please explain. Anyway, maybe engagement bait. People will click on his face more than anybody else's. Anyway, the election commission is saying, Already over 6.6 crore out of 7.89 crore electors in Bihar included in the draft electoral roll. 11 more days to go. Over 5.74 crore forms uploaded on ECI Net. I have told you many times what is going on, so I'm not going to repeat the whole thing. But the interesting thing is that the election commission has been saying this, and people like Rajiv Ranjan from News 24 have been on the ground and seeing there are a lot of discrepancies happening on the ground. And the latest to come on the ground was Ajit Anjum. Now, if you guys don't know Ajit Anjum, I must tell you, he is a very senior journalist. He has a big YouTube channel. It is 7.5 million subscribers, and largely the audience that he gets is from UP Bihar. So now he has done a series of videos where he has pointed out some very interesting things, right? First is this is the video because of which he got an FIR. So I'm going to show you a bit of it. So this is Ajit Anjum. He went to Balia in Begusarai. He went into a center where this whole form uploading and verification is happening, and did something very revealing.
आप कितना फॉर्म भर ली मैडम? बैठिए बैठिए बैठिए। कितना फॉर्म भरी? जो अपलोड कितना की? 1000 कर ली। कितने दिन में?
7 तारीख से शुरू किया।
तो आपके में भी देख रहे हैं हम ज़्यादातर तो बिना दस्तावेजे क्या सब हैं?
बिना दस्तावेज।
अब ये जैसे ये मैडम के पास इतने फॉर्म दिख रहे हैं मुझे, अब इसमें तो किसी में मुझे दस्तावेज नहीं दिख रहा, किसी में नहीं है ना? हैं?
2-3 गो में है।
अब ये देखिए इंटरेस्टिंग, देखिए फर्क देखिए, एक ही जगह पर आपको जो ये सुपरवाइजर हैं और 2 उधर BLO हैं, फ़र्क देखिए। अब ये जो कागज़ जमा कर रही हैं मैडम, इनमें से ये कितना होगा? 100 से ज़्यादा है शायद? 100 है। 100 में इसको माइक यहाँ रखें अगर, तो एक में कागज़ दिख रहा है कोई है? एक में इधर है, तो 2 में कागज है। वो कागज क्या है? वो तो वही वोटर कार्ड है, तो वो तो ऐसे वैलिड नहीं है।
So just to tell you what is happening here quickly, the BLOs first deliver a form to the voters. The voters are supposed to fill it, but it comes pre-filled, right? So the form you see, so there are certain things that come pre-filled, and the rest you have to update. Essentially, you have to put in a new photo. You have to add information about your mother, father, if they have epic numbers, etc. Sign it, attach a document with it which proves your citizenship, the 11 documents, and then give it back to the BLO. Now the BLO takes it to one of these centers and they have to scan it and upload the whole thing with the documents. So they can use their mobile phones. They have a specific app to do it. So this is one lady who is claiming that she has already uploaded these 1,000 forms, and these are a few sample forms. Turns out a lot of them do not have signatures. A lot of them are not even filled.
चुनाव आयोग की लिस्ट के हिसाब से आधार कार्ड है, वो चुनाव आयोग की लिस्ट से बाहर है तो वैलिड नहीं है। तो मतलब ये 100 में अगर देखें तो कोई कागज नहीं है। हाँ, नहीं है ना? अच्छा, अब आपको बता दें फ़र्क, यही बारीकी समझने की ज़रूरत है। वो जो थे उनके 90% मुस्लिम थे, इस बारीकी को समझिए। और इसमें जो नाम दिख रहे हैं, ये यादव जी हैं, ये पासवान जी हैं, ये नयन कुमार हैं, ये सब इसमें हिंदू, राम हैं, सिंह हैं, कोई रामजी सिंह हैं, कोई कुमार हैं, कोई लोहा दास हैं, SC OBC, चौधरी हैं, शाह हैं, ठाकुर हैं, शिव चौधरी हैं, चंद्रदेव।
Now this is, I think, where the FIR comes from, because right before this he went to another BLO and he is in a Muslim majority area, and he asked him ki how many people Alpasankyak or Muslims have given documents, and he said around 70 to 80% of them have given them, and he asked for the reason, and the BLO says that the Muslim population is more jagruk about these things, and they have worked hard. The BLOs have worked hard to explain to their voters that you need these documents, you need certain documents to prove multiple things. So they take it more seriously. Now he comes to this lady and he's reading a lot of Hindu names, a lot of majority population names, and those are just not filled, and she's just dhadadhad uploading them. Right? Now, he is not drawing any conclusion from this. You will see. He will not draw any conclusion from this. But if you are smart enough, you know what is happening here.
चौधरी हैं, राय साहब हैं, राम उदय राय हैं, यहाँ राय यादव भी होते हैं, मटकी शाह हैं, राम प्रवेश शाह हैं, एक भी इसमें मुस्लिम में बाहो शाह हैं। ये सब हिंदुओं के राजन शाह हैं, हिंदुओं के फॉर्म हैं SIR के लिए। मनीष ठाकुर हैं, ये मैडम कोई हैं। अब ये तो फॉर्म में कुछ भी नहीं लिखा हुआ, इनका नाम भी नहीं लिखा हुआ, कैसे जमा होगा?
स्किन कर लिए, स्किन हो गया बस।
नहीं, लेकिन स्कैन हो गया, ये बताइए। ये फॉर्म है और इसमें मैडम का पहले तो फोटो भी नहीं है, जिनका भी है, जो भी नाम लिखा हुआ है, थोड़ा दूर रहो, किसी का एड्रेस नहीं जाना चाहिए। और इसमें इनका नाम भी नहीं लिखा हुआ, कुछ भी नहीं लिखा हुआ है। दस्तखत किसने किया? ये इन्होंने खुद दस्तखत किया, किसी और ने दस्तखत कर दिया? यही दस्तखत हो गया ये।
जी नहीं, यहाँ नहीं किया।
तो जब इसमें कुछ भी नहीं भरा हुआ है तो फॉर्म ही अधूरा है, कहीं दिख रहा है। अब ये जैसे फॉर्म है, इसमें किसी में कुछ भी नहीं लिखा हुआ, फोटो भी नहीं है, और ये लेडी का नाम है और पति का नाम लिखा हुआ है, दस्तखत अभी क्या?
He's like an examiner at this point of time, like a invigilator who is checking like exam papers or something. It's crazy though. You can see what is happening, and this is insane to show on camera. It is insane that, you know, like just by going into a center you're able to find these things, and it also shows how terribly this exercise is being done. Just arbitrary bullshit is happening. Another thing, Dainik Jagran, which is a very big newspaper, they also did like a bit of reporting on this, right? Their front page had news which said that some of the BLOs have been uploading forms without even visiting the voters. So what they're doing is they're taking the form and they're signing it and they're uploading it. So that is what the Dainik Jagran is claiming is also happening. And you know, I don't blame the BLOs. Honestly, I don't blame people like this lady here or the people who are sitting there, because they are under an immense amount of pressure. The Election Commission, when it started this exercise, had around like 77 lakh BLOs deployed, and they were supposed to do this whole exercise, which has been increased. Like they've added some BLS agents, etc., and it has been increased to like 1 lakh people. But they are under immense pressure. They are being made to work through the weekend. They are being made to stay in nights. In fact, there is one story that also happened where a BLO has resigned because of mental torture from their superiors, and they're under an immense amount of pressure. So I don't blame them for doing this, because who is checking, I guess? Even the Election Commission keeps changing the rules, so they're also very confused and frustrated. So no fault of their own. But at the same time, you have to question the Election Commission for putting them in so much pressure, and then this is the result of that pressure.
पता कि उन्होंने खुद किया, किसी और ने करके जमा कर दिया
लेकिन ये स्किन इसमें हो गया
है? हाँ, BLO का आपका काम नहीं है। मैं बिल्कुल नहीं, आपका मैडम बिल्कुल एकदम 100% आप सही करें, आपका कोई काम नहीं है।
So these are ladies who are just uploading it, and they are saying that it's the BLO's job to do this. Why are you asking us? And he's like, no. Of course, it's the BLO's job to ensure that it is filled and signed and whatever. They're just doing the uploading. But it is so sad to see this. It is so sad. So one is this. Ajit Anjum exposed this, which is like randomly forms are being uploaded with, well, allegedly, like different treatment for minority voters versus different treatment for majority voters. At least that is the sense that I get from this video. So based on that, an FIR has been filed against him in Begusarai, in Balia. A BLO who he met, he's here in this video also. This BLO, who is the gentleman I was talking about, who spoke about minority voters, he essentially filed the FIR and said that Ajit Anjum has incited communal tensions through this video. Ajit Anjum claims that they first called him a bunch of times to make him delete the video. When he refused, they filed the FIR. And he said that he doesn't blame the BLO because clearly this man must be also under pressure from district officials, etc. In the end of the video, you can also see like people panicking like crazy because people come and they're like, please aapka video band kar dijiye. So clearly they know that what Ajit Anjum is doing is going to expose them.
के फॉर्म की अपलोड करने की इजाजत दे रहा है तो चुनाव आयोग के आधार पर वो जो दावे कर रहा है कि 74 फॉर्म बांटे जा चुके हैं। आपका शुभ नाम?
सर हमारे पदाधिकारी
अरे
से
नाम
बात
बता दीजिए,
करिए,
गुस्सा
माइक
क्यों?
हटाइए प्लीज।
अच्छा, हटा के बोलो।
हम लोग फटका करने हटाइए क्या बात?
चलिए
हम लोग
हटा,
फटका
कोई
करने
ठीक
आए हैं।
ठीक नहीं, आपका ध्यान
हमारे
रखिए।
पदाधिकारी
चलिए हो गया, कोई बात
They
नहीं।
kick him
हाँ,
out,
ठीक है, आइए। तो ये
essentially.
देखिए, हमारा काम है ये जांचना और
politely
देखना।
kick him out, and then when he goes back to other centers, now they are not allowing media to go inside, right? So that's the first thing he exposed. The second thing he exposed is that he actually went to an IAS officer and he questioned him about a few things. First, let me show you. So he did this video.
आएंगे, 2 देंगे, एक आप भरिए और एक आपको पावती देंगे। अब आपने ये लगा क्यों रखा है कि बीएलओ आपके पास 2 एन्यूमरेशन फॉर्म लेकर आपको आपके पास आएंगे, 2 देंगे, एक आप भरिए और एक आपको पावती देंगे।
So-
ये लगा क्यों रखा है?
So outside every one of these centers, they have like notices like this. What Ajit Anjum pointed out that when you are given the enumeration form, that is the first step which the BLO gives you as a voter, you have to fill it, right? And you give it, they get it back. But you're supposed to receive a receipt, right? A receipt. You are supposed to receive an acknowledgement that your form has been submitted and collected by the BLO, which is signed by the BLO as well, right? So wherever these reporters are going and asking people whether they got a receipt, the answer is no. So they have been going around Bihar, and now this is a new question that has been that is being asked to voters by these reporters. Is that, did you receive a receipt? Did you receive a receipt? So Ajit Anjum did a video where he went outside this thing. He read it that you're supposed to receive a receipt, and then he went and spoke to a few voters who said they didn't get it, and that went crazy. And then not just that, he went and confronted an IAS officer.
का इनिशियल इंस्ट्रक्शन था 2 फॉर्म।
2 फॉर्म ही दिए जा रहे हैं, 2 फॉर्म आ रहे हैं। इनिशियली 1 आया था, फिर दूसरा भी आके और प्रिंट करके दोनों दिए जा रहे हैं। तो एक फॉर्म अभी उनको दे दिया जाता है, एक वो अपने पास रखते हैं और एक हमारा लेके आ जाता है।
So this officer is claiming that 2 forms are being given. 2 forms. One is the receipt, and of course you have to sign it, and the BLO signs it, and you keep it. And the second one, the BLO takes away. That is what the officer is claiming.
अभी मैंने आपके इलाके में सब डिवीज़न में मैं बीएलओ से नहीं मिला हूँ, लेकिन मैं जितने बीएलओ से मिलता हुआ आ रहा हूँ, अभी मैं खगड़िया में था, मानसी में था, बलिया में था, कहीं भी कोई बीएलओ को दूसरा फॉर्म नहीं दिया जा रहा। सिंगल
हमारे यहाँ प्रोवाइड करा दिए गए हैं और
2
फॉर्म्स प्रोवाइड करा दिए गए हैं और वही फॉर्म्स हम लोग जो प्रोविजन है उसके अराउंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करें।
तो अब ये बताओ कि आपको जो भरवाया उसका एक कॉपी भी दिया, डुप्लीकेट कोई कॉपी दिया
See?
है?
He's asking them.
फॉर्म भरने के बाद कोई डुप्लीकेट कॉपी? 2 फॉर्म लेके कोई आया था कि एक भर के ले गए, एक आपको दे दिया डुप्लीकेट? किसी के पास डुप्लीकेट कॉपी? कोई डुप्लीकेट कॉपी नहीं दिया, एक फॉर्म भरवाया और ले गए।
So essentially, now you can see what he's doing. So he fact checked the IAS officer. So the second thing that he exposed very nicely is that this receipt is not being given to voters, which is also a big problem, by the way, because like think about it this way, right? So you fill an enumeration form in Bihar. If you are a voter in Bihar, you are filling it. You're putting in all the documentation and everything, and you're giving it, right? 11 days from now, there is going to be a draft list that is going to be published, which is going to happen on August 1st, right? If the draft list doesn't have your name, then what do? Right? First is you go and you tell them that, no, actually I filled the enumeration form. They will ask, what is the evidence? What is the evidence that you have filled the enumeration form? And then that is when you can take out the receipt and say, look, this is signed by the BLO. This is the second receipt form that I have gotten, and I kept it with myself because I gave you the other form. What is happening right now is that voters are not getting the receipt forms. So if they get excluded in the draft list, it will become really difficult for them to actually become a part of it again. How will they prove that they have given the enumeration form? That is the whole thing. So Ajit Anjum is saying that FIR has been filed against him based on all these exposes that he did, the videos that he put up. And he has said this. What does this video tell you? It shows that forms are being uploaded incompletely. Some forms have only the name and signature, while with all other columns blank. No photo, nothing filled in. What is the credibility of this? That's the question asked. the madam present there agrees that this is the BLO's mistake, isn't it? And the Election Commission's guidelines being blatantly violated here. So essentially, the Election Commission was exposed and Ajit Anjum was a part of it, and now they want to hide it. So yeah, since when has the Election Commission become this organization? I do not understand. But it's becoming pretty clear that they're not doing a good job of this SIR. They're botching it up left, right, center. There are many errors that are coming up even in this exercise that they're doing. On top of it, the BLOs are under a lot of pressure. Now, journalists have started going there and actually exposing this, including newspapers like Dainik Jagran and a bunch of newspapers. Even Godi Media has been like doing stories on this. That's what I hear. Apparently, TV pe bhi chal raha hai ye. So, Election Commission has destroyed its own credibility. It is now in a proper bind, and we will see what happens. 11 days left. 11 days left. Have you subscribed to this channel yet? Have you? I'm watching you. Do you want some music? Do you want some JCB ki khudai so that you get convinced to subscribe? Ye lo. I gave you JCB, now you must subscribe. Anyway, now on to update number 2. If you must have noticed, monsoon has hit India brutally. Because of climate change and extreme weather events, our infrastructure is not able to take the load. I'm putting it mildly. There have been multiple bridge collapses, roads having holes in them. You must have seen a lot of these news items come up recently. So something has changed. That we are seeing like a full-blown Bhakt meltdown happening. And I feel, okay, this is my theory. The domino was started by this lady, Kangana Ranaut. Kangana Ranaut, if you don't know, is like the Indian zeitgeist. Okay, when Kangana Ranaut does something, it starts a domino effect. I truly believe it. I truly believe it. If you must have followed Kangana Ranaut and what she's been saying, first she said that she's not enjoying politics. Second, she said that people come to her with problems. I mean, come on, guys. Why do you come to me with problems about sewage, etc.? The third thing she did was she went to Mandi, which is a disaster zone, by the way. And she was like, ha, what can I do here? I just roam around with my brother and I see what happens, but I have no power. What am I supposed to do? And now this is what she's saying. What Kangana Ranaut was told before becoming an MP, attend parliament for 60 days. Kangana Ranaut never thought that being a member of parliament would be such a demanding job. In a recent interview, the actress turned politician said that her first impression of the work as an MP was that she would be able to manage it with her other work commitments. I didn't naturally expect it to be so demanding as a job, Kangana told Times Now. When I was offered, I was told maybe you have to attend parliament for 60-70 days. The rest of the time you can do your work, which I thought was reasonable, but it is very demanding. This is how they give seats. They're like, hey, 60-70 days you just have to sit there in the parliament. Then aur kya hi karna hai tumko? And she's like, might as well. But clearly this woman has no concept about what a representative is supposed to do. Which kind of explains why she has such shit views about politics in general. Yeah, then she got into politics with those shit views, and now she's realizing how difficult it is, or what her real job is supposed to be. And the people of Mandi, I'm really sorry that you have this to deal with. I feel for you. I feel for you. But then it also shows that even you don't understand what is the job of a representative. That's why probably you voted for her. But let this be a lesson to you. If anybody from Mandi is actually watching me, not a good representative. It doesn't help. She's like, "Arey yaar, maja nahi aa raha yaar mere ko." It should be also noted that Kangana Ranaut's comment comes days after the actress also admitted that she isn't enjoying politics. Speaking on All India Radio's Atmanirbhar in Ravi podcast. What? Atmanirbhar in Ravi podcast? Okay, anyway. Ranaut shared her views on the challenges of her new role and admitted that politics hasn't exactly brought her joy. On top of it, they also delayed her emergency movie. Yeah, so that is meltdown number one. An entire MP is saying, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not enjoying it at all. Second meltdown, Ajit Dada Pawar. India will be the third largest economy, but what about collapsing bridges? That is what Ajit Dada Pawar, the finance minister of Maharashtra, is saying. Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar on Sunday raised concerns over India becoming the third largest economy, while its buildings and bridges were collapsing. We have said that we will be the third largest economy, and that is true. But what about buildings and bridges collapsing while we become the third largest economy? Who is responsible for that? Ajit Dada Pawar, who is the Deputy Chief Minister, there are two bridge collapses that have happened in Maharashtra. One in Pune and one in Vadodara. And he's like, who is responsible for it? You? Maybe to a large extent, your government, you are in power. Who is responsible for that? What? How is a minister, a deputy chief minister, who is responsible for that? What is this nonsense happening? It's seriously, I felt like last weekend was opposite day. It made no sense. It's like we stepped into a different universe, a parallel universe almost. Pawar said that government still receives letters and updates from British companies that carried out construction in India during the British Raj. Even after 100 years, PWD gets their company letters informing us that on this date, 100 years will be completed and our guarantee is over. Please do not operate this bridge for vehicle use anymore. We have to make efforts to demolish these bridges. Pointing out several buildings in Mumbai are old, Pawar said, we live in Mumbai. All the buildings that we see in Ballard Estate are very old. High Court building for Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus. These buildings are excellent even after so many years. Corporation building is also extremely aesthetic. All this was possible during British era. Essentially, he is saying कि हमको अभी घंटा infrastructure बनाना आता है. Ajit Dada Pawar is in his own truthful way dropping some harsh truth bombs, as a member nerd right here pointed out. Yeah, he's just been like, होगा ही नहीं हमसे. This is not going to happen anymore. Like, क्या कर सकते हैं? I'm so sorry, guys. Who is responsible? Meltdown number 3, maybe. Even ministers cannot do the work that... ... Clickbait headline. Well done, News 18. Nitin Gadkari on petitions against the government. Union Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari has highlighted the importance of filing court cases against the government to enforce discipline in public administration. Speaking at the late Prakash Deshpande Smriti Kaushal Sangathak Puraskar ceremony in Nagpur, the senior BJP leader stated that a court order can achieve what even government sometimes cannot. There should be some people in society who file petitions against the government in court. This disciplines the politicians. This is because even ministers in government cannot do the work that a court order can do. Popular politics comes in the way of politicians and ministers. So in a way he's saying, ki, guys, if you have any complaints about why I'm not working, go to court so that I work better. And now he's the road transport minister. He's the one who is responsible for shitty infrastructure, right? At least he's not asking who is responsible, because he is. Ajit Dada Pawar also is, but he definitely is. He's saying ki, guys, sometimes you should go to court, because when the court tells us to do a good job, that is when we do a good job. Otherwise, popular politics comes in the way. Otherwise, we don't know what job we have until the court tells us. That is what Nitin Gadkari is saying. Wise things, wise words by Nitin Gadkari. But holy shit, what is happening? So one minister is saying go to court if you want us to work. The other is saying who is responsible? I don't know. British used to build better roads. One MP is saying I'm not enjoying my job anymore. What is this? You guys complain to me, you come to me with problems and all. What is this nonsense? Huh? I thought I just have to go to parliament for 60 days and sit there. That was my job. What is this nonsense? These are like three things that have happened just last weekend. But it's not all. Do you remember this lady? Do you remember? In case you don't know, this is the Brahmin jeans lady, Anuradha Tiwari. She started a brand where she went like this and hashtag Brahmin jeans because she has biceps apparently. It took me a while to realize she was showing her bicep, but she's like Brahmin jeans, bicep. Brahmin jeans, bicep. Okay, so she did that, and she started a brand as a result, where now there are stickers that she's selling with like a bicep with Brahmin jeans on it. Extremely casteist person. She believes that merit is what India needs, and she's anti-reservation and super elitist views in general. So she's a Modi fan. I mean, of course, it matches. Suddenly, something changed, friends. Something changed where she's like, just a few years ago, it seemed like India was truly growing. You can feel the momentum. Now it feels like we've gone back 50 years backwards. Bridges collapsing, roads getting washed away, stampedes becoming common, and there is filth everywhere. What the hell went wrong? People like you is what went wrong, Anuradha Tiwari. थोड़ा सा सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन भी होना मांगता है. Like you should self-reflect a little bit. I mean, sure, you can do Brahmin jeans and whatever, but at the same time, you have been supporting a government that is largely incompetent, a leader who is authoritarian, who thinks he is God. And then now you are questioning, but how is everything breaking down? Because they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about doing their jobs. Again, as I said, one minister is saying go to court. Second minister is saying who is responsible? Third MP is saying I don't know what to do. That is the government that we have elected. That is the government that people like you have promoted. That is the kind of shit that you have promoted, and therefore these are the results. There is no real mystery here, honestly, Anuradha Tiwari. But then, fun things happen in Bhaktverse. Amit Malviya, IT cell head, did this. Okay, so he took Arfa Khanum Sherwani's tweet, which was on the same line. She's like, after a year in California, coming back feels like a punch to the gut. Collapsing bridges, waterlogged streets, stampedes, garbage piling. How did we lose the plot so quickly? And like, look at this. These are people on two different spectrums, political spectrums and party ideologies and whatever you want to call it. So Arfa and Anuradha are both saying the same thing. So now Amit Malviya, IT cell head of BJP, has taken a screenshot and he's like, in the last 48 hours, we have seen a coordinated global toolkit in action, desperate attempts to malign India and discredit its democratically elected leadership. Brahmin jeans lady is now toolkit. Hashtag toolkit. But let's be clear, no amount of noise can unseat a leader who enjoys mass trust, has ushered in an era of accountable governance, and redefined India's standing on the global stage. It sounds like a joke. All of these three things now sound like a joke. That is the thing that is happening, friends. It's like now saying these things just sound like a joke. It's like global stage, we saw what happened in Operation Sindoor. Accountable governance, electoral bonds. Also, bridges collapsing. There is an element of corruption there also. Mass trust, 240 seats. So your trust has gone down. So Amit Malviya is still saying the same things, but nobody believes him anymore. Poor chap. The Marxist Muslim Global Axis. Sorry. Anuradha Tiwari is now a Marxist Muslim Global Axis. Anuradha Tiwari, oh my god, may try even every trick in the book, but Bharat stands resolute. We won in 2014, won bigger in 2019, will win again. See, he skipped 2024 completely. We won in 2014, we won bigger in 2019. 2024, I don't know. We will win again in 2029 and 2034 and beyond. Infinite. Bring it on. India first. Bharat will win. Amit Malviya. क्या हो गया है तुझे अमित मालविया? I think the psychophancy just doesn't go. And then Anuradha Tiwari responded. Calling me Marxist? Seriously? I oppose reservation, freebies and vote bank politics. I speak for general category and middle class rights. If fighting for merit makes me a toolkit or anti-national, so be it. It is my dharma to serve my country and we are just getting started. इसको मार्क्सिस्ट बोल दिया guys. इसको मार्क्सिस्ट बोल दिया. Oh my god. Poor thing. Then she went on to do more tweets after this. Paid 30% income tax, paid 50% on tax, paid 80% GST on car, paid state road tax, paid up to 60% tax on fuel. After paying all this, he's being forced to walk through sewage, gutter, water. Where is our tax money going? Where is our tax money going? Guys, fair point, but toolkit hai ab. We don't take her seriously anymore. Amit Malviya and BJP have declared that she is anti-national toolkit. Then she went back to doing what she likes, which is, this fight is not against any political party, because she started getting hate from her followers who were Modi bhakts. They're like, how dare? I thought you were on our side. And now, of course, Amit Malviya has declared her as Marxist. So she must be getting some threats, which is of course what their party people do, because she's a woman also. This fight is against collapsing public infrastructure, reservation and freebies, appeasement and vote politics, corruption and inefficiency. The fight is for the people. The fight is to respect merit. The fight is to protect dharma. Poor thing. She got latado-fied basically by her own followers, and now of course she's like trying to justify what she's doing. The thing is, friendos, with this kind of influencer Jamaat, the Bhakt influencer Jamaat, or as one of my friends Ranting Gola calls them, Bhajpille. I think it's a very appropriate word for it. So these Bhajpille, right, they don't understand the concept of holding governments accountable, right? They like hero worship. They like to suck up to whatever party is in power because they are weak-willed Bhajpille also. They don't understand that their job as citizens is to actually question the government, to ask them what is the problem, why they aren't doing their work, and be consistent. The problem is that they're extremely inconsistent, right? When the problems reach them, like, oh, Gurgaon mein my fancy ass cars is now in sewage and gutter, that is when they have a problem. When they see their beloved infrastructure, which actually, you take photos of and show the rest of the world about how India is developing, is now full of holes or just breaking down and people are dying under it, they're like, what is this? What is happening? Now we can't show off anymore. Whenever we show a picture of a fancy bridge, people will show news headlines of how bridges are collapsing and how there are holes in roads. This is not good. This is not good. They lack consistency throughout. So therefore, they get into such uncomfortable situations. At least Amit Malviya is consistently sycophantic. Yeah. So if you have to be a Bhajpilla, get with the program, man. Why are you complaining? Like, you will just lose followers, you will lose credibility, whatever you have built, which doesn't matter, but still you will lose your brand, you will lose everything. So why complain? Just let us do it. It's okay. We can do it. We don't need you shitty people. No, we don't. or at least be consistent. Like if you have started on this path, then don't do shit like this. Don't do like mini justifying tweets after this. After you get hate from your own Bajpille fanboy culture that you are, oh, how are you not on our team anymore? Yeah, now you deserve it. Now, ठीक है, it's okay. She deserves all the hate. She deserves all the. ये तो Marxist है अब मैं भी बोलेगा. Anuradha Tiwari is a Marxist. She's Brahmin genes Marxist. Such an amazing category she has created of her own. Done. Toolkit in action. Another small meltdown that happened, which I wanted to show you. Radhika Yadav, this girl who was a tennis player, she was killed by her father because apparently news reports say that his father's friend started taunting him because the girl was very successful and the father wasn't. So it is being seen like a honor killing. But of course, the right-wing ecosystem went to her Instagram profile and whatever, found a dude who is Muslim and of course pictures with him, etc. And then gave it like a whole thing that the father murdered her because the girl was getting influenced by a Muslim boy. And it is horrifying. I'm not even going into that case. The Radhika Yadav thing is horrifying. There is no justification to why she was killed. But of course, there are like people in the right wing, Indian right wing and Bhajpille ecosystem, which is doing this. Which is of course doing this. And Deepika Narayan Bharadwaj, who is a men's right activist, even she finds it disgusting. She says unbelievable patriarchy right on display here on X from some of the most educated and learned folks in the murder of Radhika Yadav. Appalling. I told you, it's opposite day. So even a men's right activist is now realizing, ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा नहीं हो रहा है? Isn't this too much? Too much patriarchy is happening. Don't you think? I think you've gone off your rails. So now she's getting hate also. I mean, this is absolutely true what she's saying. But at the same time, consistency का problem है. That's the whole thing. And finally, the biggest meltdown of them all. RSS chief remarks on stepping aside at 75 stir political row. So what happened is RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat went to an event where he got a shawl and then he made like a random aside comment that, oh, when you put a shawl on a person who is approaching 75, it is a sign that you have to retire. And you have to give up your pride and you have to give up your seat. Maybe that is what is happening. So now we find out that Mohan Bhagwat is also approaching 75. But you know who else is approaching 75? It is Shri Sir Prime Influencer Narendra Ji Modi Ji, who is going to turn 75 in September this year. RSS has a rule that beyond 75, you have to retire. That is how they got rid of LK Advani. That is how they got rid of Murli Manohar Joshi and a bunch of other leaders. Will this rule apply to Modi ji? Will this rule apply to Mohan Bhagwat? That is something that we need to see. So the meltdown that is happening here is that within the BJP, now there are two things that are happening. One is there is noise about whether Modi will retire because now he's becoming more of a liability for the BJP than a vote getter. The one thing that was sort of getting him the votes was the Vishwaguru global image that everybody had sort of believed that he has. But after Operation Sindoor, even that has doubts. Plus, the whole election commission thing that he's doing in Bihar is also sort of making people a lot more suspicious about whether the election commission is actually independent or the BJP is controlling it. I have no doubts that they're controlling it. They are controlling it. They're essentially doing the whole Bihar SIR exercise to scramble the voter list, and they want to confuse everyone so that when they do the actual manipulation during the elections or after the elections, everybody will be like, oh, data, and they'll be like, look, fresh list. Who knows what happened before? So that is what is going to happen, that I think. But that is the second thing. The third thing that, is affecting him is the infrastructure. Collapsing infrastructure is a big thing. You don't realize how big it is because this government is built on the image of infrastructure. one of the big things that they keep tom-tomming and showing is this outside image of, oh, we have fancy infrastructure, oh, look at the highways, oh, look at this, oh, look at that. And Nitin Gadkari is one of the people who has been also instrumental in giving them that image. Yeah, even that is collapsing. Yeah, it is collapsing. So now RSS is wondering whether Modi is a liability for BJP, whether he can even get votes. So now the meltdown is happening that, who will be next? Will he retire? Will he retire? We don't know. But fun to watch. Always fun to watch. Always fun to watch. I hope he retires. I genuinely hope he retires. I think he has done a lot for this country, friends. If you agree with me and if you have seen this video till the end, please write prime influencer best under this video. Okay, please. All right, that is it from me. That is it for this nerdy news update. If you're liking this again, please do consider subscribing. 100k guys, 100k. Please, and also join so that you can come here and you can chill with me and chat with me. And I am going to see you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.